Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we've been praying for this all playoff run. I've been praying for this personally. After my team got eliminated, is that I want to have great basketball in the up and coming rounds going into the NBA Finals, where we got two brand new teams we've not seen in the finals before. Two different completely cores, first time in the finals. I mean, only two players in this entire series have met and been in the finals, which is Caruso and Thomas Bryant. The only two guys ever, even in this series, had that been to the finals. So they have the experience and they both won. But other than that, completely new to all these guys. And what I've just been hoping for as a fan of basketball is give us a game 7. And boy, oh boy, we got what we wanted, man. Good old game 7. Beautiful. Beautiful. Now, I know this game was a blowout. It was not really close after like the first quarter. And OKC took out their starters early in the fourth quarter. But the Pacers came back with a vengeance after losing 2 straight games. A bad game 4L. And especially an embarrassing game 4L. And a game 5L that they lost to, where Tyrese Halliburton had probably his worst game of his career. But responded back. Everybody played well for this team. Nemhard, Siakam had 33 points, hit a big-time poster on J-Dub. Tyrese Halliburton looked better than he did in Game 5. You know, he was still playing through injury. He looked better in this game than he did. He looked more active on the defensive end. He looked great offensively, getting his threes to go inside, playing well. Aaron Nesmith, Obi Toppin, Ben Shepard made a big-time buzzer beater 3 in the third quarter. Heck, even what's his name again? Tony Bradley. He made some good time plays in this game. And obviously TJ McConnell. That guy is so fun to watch. But obviously OKC did not play well at all. Shea, I mean, he had like I don't know how many points, but he had like 5 turnovers. Obi Toppin had 20 points. Shea, he had 21 points, but he had 8 turnovers with 2 assists. Did not make a single 3. J-Dub, after the 40-point game he had, he only had 16 points, 6 of 13 from the field, 0 for 4 from 3-point, 3 turnovers. Chet Holmgren, 4 points, inexcusable 4 points, 2 from 9 from the field, did not make a single 3. They only made 4 threes this game as a team as a total. And they came from Dort, who went 0 for 5, 1 for 5 from 3. That was only a shot. Aaron Wiggins, 1 for 4 from 3. Kenrich Williams, 1 for 2. You know, he got garbage time minutes. Jalen Williams made 2 threes, but that was all in garbage time, where the game didn't even matter at all. But game 7, man. We comes down to, after this amazing series we got, one of the best series we've gotten in such a long time. Well, I'm going to rank this relatively high when we do a ranking of finals series. This will be relatively high because outside of this game, and you could say game 2, every game has been great. Every game has been great. And just the way the Pacers completely dominated this game. Played even better than what OKC played. Where they forced Shea to 8 turnovers, they were really harassing him on the ball. Literally throwing his multiple type of bodies. I mean, TJ McConnell, they were giving him no space. And that's what you want to do. Chet Holmgren looked terrible this game. Not active offensively, not active defensively. J-Dub was selling for a lot of shots. But, yeah, man. It's really awesome to see this. And I kind of expected it. I kind of expected the final score, 108-91 Indiana. And Indiana was up by 30 points on these guys. So it was not close at all. Now, I know this is a viral clip going on with Pascal Siakam. He had like his eyelid, like all messed up. His eyes were all white and stuff like that. And people were saying it's voodoo magic. I mean, people that say that the Pacers do devil magic are literally just haters out there. There's stupid haters out there that just don't appreciate how great this team really is. Like, this is nothing normal. This is nothing normal. This is something that they've been doing. The past 2 seasons. They got to the conference finals last season for a reason. They got to the NBA finals and forced a game 7 in the NBA finals for a reason. Stop hating out there. And it's stupid. It's really stupid that they say that this is one of the worst champions of all time. I mean, I can't really ignore that they beat could potentially be two 60-win teams on their way to a championship. Beat the Knicks, who beat the Boston Celtics on their way to a championship potentially. Taking down Giannis in the first round. After me, including myself, I picked the Pacers to win this year, but I expected them to give out a better fight than they did last season. But they played even worse than they did last season. And they're here now. They are here now. They've improved offensively to where everybody eats. Already a very dynamic offense. And they improved on the defensive end. This is nothing normal. This is nothing new. They've been this since Rick Carlisle and Tyrese Halliburton have joined forces together. This is what they've been. So for people to say that this is one of the worst champions of all time, after they beat your team on their way to this championship, potentially, is stupid. It's stupid. It's very comparable to underdog runs in recent NBA history. It's comparable to the 95 Houston Rockets. It's comparable to the 2011 Dallas Mavericks. Heck, it's even comparable to the 2021 Milwaukee Bucks team. So why are we just hating? It's because Tyrese Halliburton has haters out there for no reason. Absolutely no reason. I don't understand. When you succeed, you get hate. When you don't succeed, you get appreciated, but eventually you start to get hate after you don't win. But when you start winning games, you start to get haters out there, and that's normal. That's fine. But let your bias get away from you. Stop being biased when it's actually just evidence out there. When there's clear evidence out there of this guy's been playing at an effective level. Not saying Tyrese is playing super consistent this entire playoff run, but he's playing effectively. And they're here now, so stop saying that it's stupid. And I know the whole ring culture thing happened. I remember that, like the whole ring culture thing, where LeBron made a podcast about it, where we're judging players, based on where they rank because of their championships and all that stuff. And don't get me wrong, there are some all-time greats out there that have never won a championship. James Harden's one of them. Chris Paul's one of them. Charles Barkley's one of them. Heck, even Luka Doncic right now is one of them. Multiple all-time great players out there that have not won a championship out there. And I'm not going to judge them based off the rankings. I'm not going to say a player that won a championship as a role player is better than an all-time great. Like, I'm not going to say that a guy like, let's say a Robert Horry, who has won 17 rings, is better than a guy like Charles Barkley or a guy like Vince Carter or Tracy McGrady. I'm not going to say that. I'm not going to judge a Hall of Fame talent that has done everything to succeed at the game of basketball outside of winning an NBA championship and say that they are worse than a player that only won rings and was a role player in those championships. I'm not going to say that. But when you are a winner and you are consistently known as an all-star level player, hell yeah. Hell yeah, I'm going to rank you relatively high. Hell yeah. That's just me, man. That's just me. Like, I know people might say this that James Harden is technically better than Dwayne Wade because, yeah, Dwayne Wade has the rings and he won 2 rings with LeBron James, who's arguably the greatest player of all time. And James Harden, who should have been, people say that he should have been a 3-time MVP. Not me. I think he deserves only his 1 MVP. But again, he was an MVP finalist for multiple seasons since 2015 or even 2014. MVP finalist for multiple years of his prime. And could not get past the Golden State Warriors, obviously. But again, I can't say he's better than Dwayne Wade when Wade, who has been an MVP finalist multiple seasons as well, who was the second best shooting guard behind Kobe motherfucking Bryant out there in his peak. And what else is there? And obviously was known for consistently to be a top 5 level player in the league. And he is a great defender out there. And he also has the 2006 NBA championship. With this clear evidence, he was by far the best player on their team in 2006. Now, I'm not going to discredit what the other guys have done. Shaq was great that year. But Wade was elite. He averaged like 34 plus points per game that final series after games 2. And deserved his own to be the finals MVP. Yes, ring culture is stupid. I think it's stupid for the most part. We can't say that guys are underperformers because they don't have multiple rings. The fact that Stephen A. Smith said Giannis is one of the biggest underachievers out there. You're an underachiever if you don't win a championship is completely dumb because he is a champion, number one. He's an MVP. He's a 2-time MVP. Should have been a 3-time MVP in my personal opinion. And got screwed multiple years. A lot of stuff were out of his control. 2023, I know the Heat beat him, but he got injured. 2022, Chris Middleton got injured. 2024, he got injured. 2025, Dame tore his Achilles. You can't say a guy that had arguably one of the greatest playoff runs of all time is an underachiever. Heck, he was the 15th overall pick in his draft. I don't think it was a lottery pick at all, and he was not expected to be this good. Jokic, the same thing. We're saying Jokic is an underachiever now when Jokic is a 3-time MVP. Had one of the greatest playoff runs of all time in 2023. And has been close, but just got outbeat by better teams. I mean, 2024, the Minnesota Timberwolves were the number 1 ranked defensive team that season. 2025, they went against the 2025 Oklahoma City Thunder. 2022, went up against the Warriors who won the championship. 2020, went up against the Lakers who won the championship. 2021, what else I would say? Jamal Murray was injured that series. Lost to the Phoenix Suns who went to the finals. 2022, I mean, yeah, they lost to the Warriors, but Murray and Michael Porter Jr. were out that series. They're not underachievers out there. But they also have won. So, yeah, this would be a great, because obviously, yeah, the name Tyrese Halliburton is not a good sounding for people. People don't like him for some reason, but he's also a 2-time All-Star. He is a 2-time All-NBA player. He is on a Supermax contract deal, and he's led to the Pacers to the conference finals twice, and the 2 times he's made the playoffs. It's not fluky. It's not fluky at all. That is a damn good basketball team playing great basketball, and it's leading to success in the highest level out there. So stop hating and accept that he's doing it. Same thing with Shea. People like to hate on him because he is a damn great basketball player that is super crafty, can get to the free throw line when a situation where it's tough, and is one of the best scorers not only in the league, but in NBA history. So why are we hating out there? Yes, it's not good to look that. I mean, it's sad to see that guys like LeBron and Steph and KD are not the top dogs in the league anymore. But at the same time, we got to realize that this league is the most talented it has ever been. It's just the problem is it's not the NBA players' fault. It is the media covering it. The media not acknowledging the true basketball involved with these two teams. They just talk about narrative after narrative after narrative. They need narratives. I'm not saying narratives are bad. I am a film student. I study film in school. I love narratives. I love storytelling. But at the same time, your job is to cover the game of basketball. It is not your job to discover drama filled with it that is just untrue, completely untrue. That's not your job. Your job is to cover the game of basketball. That's what you're supposed to do. And especially the basketball that's being played right now. Not stuff off the court, not stuff that is not related to what's going on right now. That's not your job at all. And it's pathetic. It is pathetic that casuals have to experience the media be like this. Basketball media is the worst media out there in sports, and it's not even close. It's generally not even close. Because I don't even see this for NFL. I don't even see this for NHL. I don't see this for soccer, international soccer. I see it specifically only for basketball. And it's so sad. It's really pathetic out there. That's why you see guys out there starting podcasts on their own. That's why you see NBA players start podcasts. Obviously, podcast is a big branded deal now. They will start them regardless, but that's why you see guys like Paul George or even JJ Redick and the guy, I can't remember the other guy's name. I mean, the Roommates podcast with Josh Hart and Jalen Brunson, the Draymond Green Show, Mind the Game Pod by LeBron and Steve Nash, who, by the way, they only talk about hoops, not narratives. They talk about hoops, pure hoops. And although it would be better to see them visually tell them the plays out there, they're still talking about basketball on this great podcast. My problem is the media tries to bring these names up to boost their reputation. Not ESPN's reputation, that's what I mean. To just demoralize them. To say that only fans care about narratives. But with Brian Windhorst mentioning the whole thing about we want narratives over pure hoops for basketball coverage is stupid. That's not what all fans want. Yeah, that might be what casuals want, but we want to know about the basketball. And the NBA media does a really bad job covering it. ESPN, whatever Fox does now with Skip Bayless or whatever, even podcast coverage, they're not very good at their job. And to be able to say that the Pacers, there's no way they should get here. Yeah, you can knock those teams for losing, but you can also appreciate what the Pacers have done. I'm just tired of it, man. I'm generally tired of it. But, like I said before, good old Game 7, man. Good old Game 7. This game is gonna happen after my podcast releases for the MC show. The MC podcast with MC. I'm excited for Game 7. It comes down to it, man. This is all I've been praying for. This is all you can ask for. You can't ask for anything better. The best two words in sports is either the Super Bowl or a Game 7. That's all you can ask for. It comes down to one more game. One more game, dude. And there's great NBA Finals series with electric teams going at it. We've had some all-time great moments this series with Game 1 with Tyrese Halliburton's game winner. We had Shea's Game 4 performance where he was super dominant in the fourth quarter. Game 5, we got J-Dub's game. And now we get to Game 7. And Tyrese Halliburton's injury, coming back and playing with a calf injury. I think I said calf. If I said hamstring last episode, I do apologize. But like I said before, can't ask for anything better. You can't ask for anything better. And it's going to be sad to not have basketball for the rest of the summer. But that leads me to my point, what I'm going to cover after the NBA Finals is over. I plan to probably cover other things around this. So obviously free agency is going to go on after that. I mean, obviously we got the Kevin Durant trade speculation. And I mentioned the Desmond Bane trade that just happened where you got traded to the Magic, which was really stupid on the Magic end. I'm not saying getting Desmond Bane was stupid, but trading 4 first-round picks is actually ridiculous. For Desmond Bane's price, I'm not saying Desmond Bane is a bad player, but he's not worth 4 first-round picks, especially after the Luka trade happened. So we got the free agency going to happen very soon. We got speculation on other shows, reality TV shows going on. My graduation just happened. Yeah, just a lot of stuff going to happen on the MC channel. And I know I'm going to be taking my focus more onto the MC channel, the MC podcast with MC, but this channel will still be active. It'll be less edited versions of my MC podcast with MC, where I cover more in depth on that channel compared to here. But like I said before, expect big things, man. And the best 2 words in sports is going to happen on Sunday. Good old Game 7, man. Beautiful.